Welcome back to Boys and Ghouls Film Review, folks. I'm your host, Sarah Stephenson, and this is my co-host, Mike Stephenson.
Hello.
Tonight we are reviewing a movie that was released last year called Shook. Is that right, Mike?
It was actually 2001.
Oh, 2001.
It's now 2000.
Oh, yes. We have...
2021, I mean.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. We've entered it's been 2 years. A new era. So, sorry, guys.
2021, not 2001. And now it is 2023.
Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, my goodness.
So, anyway, what can I say about this movie?
Well,
Mike will give me a bit of information about that soon.
Okay, right.
If not very big information, because this movie has no trivia about it. In fact, we're trivialist at this point.
That's a word. We can't find too much on it. Okay, we found a little bit of information on IMDb and a few things like that, but we can't find much about anything.
In fact,
however,
true.
All right, there we go. I did this sort of backwards. It was written by Jennifer Harrington and Elisa Glidewell. Now, Jennifer Harrington actually also directed it, and Alicia Glidewell was actually one of the producers. Okay, now there were some other producers: Tara Craig, David Eckstein, Alexandra Noel, and Daniel Schultz. Now,
right.
What can I say before we start? I can't say too much. I will talk about the cast.
I got a word for it.
No.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Porcupine. Cucumber. No, that's a word.
Cucamonga.
What we have here is an interesting movie, which we're going to go through in a minute, but I won't say anything until the end, I suppose. But I will go through the basic usual cast now, I suppose. Daisy Tudor, T-U-T-O-R, plays Mia. She's the main person in this film. She's a social influencer on the internet.
Yeah.
We all know what one of those is.
Well, they're all over the place when you think about it, Mike. They're on YouTube, TikTok, and I think you may see them on Instagram. I don't know. It depends on what Instagram, which social media thing you're into at the moment.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Emily Goss plays her sister Nicole. Mm-hmm. Now, our little friend Mia has got a couple of friends played by Nicola Posner, Stephanie Simbari, and Octavius Johnson, and they play Lainey, Jade, and Senti. They're sort of in it, but they're not in it. She's talking to them on the internet and on telephones and stuff. So you can see them like you normally do, having a chat on through the internet, but they're not actually in it a lot.
Yeah,
they're actually flash ups and whatever, and chats and whatever. And there is another person called Grant Rosenmeyer. He's more of a voice. He plays Kellen, supposedly the guy across the road, but we think he's not. We think that Nicole, Mia's sister, is using a voice changer.
Yeah,
and it's actually
a little bit like what they do in Scream. They keep on mentioning about a special voice changey thingy. I never seen one yet because not. Except not inside the studio, you could probably change your voice if you wanted to.
Anyway,
but anything outside that, I don't know any voice changing devicey things yet.
But pretty much, she's a social influencer, and things start to happen, which Sarah will tell you about momentarily.
Yeah, I know.
And you think, is it right? Is it real? Or is it a setup? We don't know. Do you want to take it away now?
Why not? So the movie begins as some social influencers, Mia is among them. She's a makeup tutorial influencer, if that's the word I'm thinking of.
She makes people buy makeup and stuff probably.
And she makes up herself on videos, and those people get encouraged to buy said products whom she promotes for that.
Well, whatever companies.
I mean, that's how it works. Sometimes these people, they get paid by the businesses to use the product and tell everyone how wonderful it is.
Exactly. I think people know what it is.
I know, but some people there don't know influencer stuff. There are
all
some
the kiddies out there,
people out there. I'm still trying to find some backers who might, and I'll be sure to mention their products online. It's just that they haven't bothered to reach out yet.
Whatever.
So anyway, they're at a special premiere for a new makeup line, whatever, and one of the girls decides to head to the bathroom because she just got peed on by her dog.
Oh, yes, she's doing a photo shoot type thing there, or film shoot or whatever, pretending to be somewhere special, which they weren't, and she's carrying a small little terrier who went wee-wee all over her dress. Lovely little doggy.
Yeah, she tries to dab it, the usual dab.
And took her dress off and tried to blow dry and use the hand cleaner. You know that sort of thing.
Then her dog suddenly Snapu disappears, and then she tries to get her dog back, but then she gets attacked.
And she gets a stiletto straight up her, just under her chin. That was a great way to kill her. That was a good kill, that.
I would say so.
And now the movie goes downhill. No.
Then we go to the credits and the title card.
Opening titles. Yeah.
And it's rather boring. Anyway, so we get to see photos, a bit of videos of Mia telling audience, try out this makeup, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah.
Usual sort of rubbish. Yeah.
And she then makes a point of stepping away from being an influencer as per usual. She plans on not going to hang out with her friends that night, to go hang out at a bar or something like that, so she can babysit her sister's dog.
Of course, her sister has asked her nicely, because the sister had to go somewhere. Supposed to go to hospital to get some injections or somewhere?
Something about her sister's got a rare disease that has no cure. Yeah,
and it affects your mental stability and different things as well, and she has to get regular injections to keep her sane. See where the plot's going, folks?
Yeah, so she's left to look after her sister's dog. So she heads down there, and as she's settling in, we get her wandering the house, taking out her phone, click, click, doing the odd things.
Yeah, your stuff, talking to mates.
It's a lot of back and forth, stuff. And I think sometimes in these scenes, they lose me in a big way.
Can do, yeah.
Because I'm not really interested. I mean, I know when I'm on social media, I do this sort of thing, and I sometimes would watch a movie at the same time. And it's not really something to be bragging about.
And take a toilet break and go to the fridge and get a Coke and whatever, yeah.
Or wandering the house.
Placement there,
or
folks.
taking out my phone and snapping a few photos. Oh, something like that.
Here's a picture of my cat. Isn't that lovely?
Anyway, she gets plagued by this guy next door who tells her about dogs getting missing, and his dog is missing in the neighborhood, and he suggests that if the dog that she's babysitting is probably hiding in Nicole's bedroom. I think that's her name. Yeah. So she heads up that way, and she wonders, how does he know that the dog usually hides under the bed when it's scared? Funny. Ha, ha, ha. Weird. And then he does sort of a scream thing by playing a game with her, if you will.
Yeah. Didn't she find blood on the hands?
Oh, yes. She found blood on the wall.
And stuff, yeah.
Doesn't really say where that came from. Or whether it was real blood, we don't know.
Well, we didn't know. It's fake blood. You get it from when you make movies.
She did talk with her friends a couple of times, her ex-boyfriend, I think. There's a few bits where...
I don't know, ex-boyfriend, her boyfriend who's waiting for her with the other guys.
Yeah, there are a lot of bits where we see the social media on the walls or next to her. I
told you that. They've done that so we can see what's on the computer screen. It's not actually on the wall.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's not. It's all in to show the audience out there.
It's superimposed on the back.
Superimposed on the walls.
So you can see what she's looking at on her phone or a laptop. Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes they appear like ghosts in the room with you. It's
exactly.
not. Anyway, the guide suggests if you don't play this game, your friends will die.
I'll kill them.
So they started a game where he tells her one of the questions, like I won't go into details because I'm not a doctor. He says something about how
doesn't matter
about CPR being a song or something like that, or something like that. And then there was the whole other stuff I'm not sure really familiar with. I couldn't remember the questions if I
watched 3 questions which were really weird.
Yeah.
The first question was something about CPR and about one referred to a song or some other, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Now, I don't know what the other 2 questions were. They were harder. But
the last one deals with what's her mother's last words when she died.
Just before she died.
And we know she didn't know it first, but then she realized that her mother couldn't answer because she had a tube down her throat and therefore couldn't speak.
For several weeks before she died, she couldn't talk at all.
Yeah, so...
And I think he knew that. It's either a trick question.
Yeah, of course, each of her friends did die, and then halfway through the movie, we find out they were all pulling a prank on her.
Yeah, funny
and filming it all for the world to see.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of, what do you call it, hits, subscribers or
followers
and
fans, supporters, or not supporters, just fans and followers.
Followers, that's a sheep.
Yeah, just to... Yeah, and
sheep, yeah.
This upsets her. They even said that they were up in her attic making these, releasing this sort of stuff to her, and just plain on scaring the crap out of her.
Funny, aren't they?
It's funny, even though funny, not ha funny. Anyway, she's pissed at them, and she doesn't go up there like me and Mike here. We thought she would go up into the attic and
I would have gone up there
and give them a piece of their minds.
Not too big a piece.
Yeah,
you need all you got. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, but then we get that guy calling again, and we then learn that it's not over yet. As it turns out, it seems that there's more to this. I mean, the dog is still missing. We don't even know what happened to him.
I think I know. I think her sister might have had the dog outside.
She then finds a computer in the closet, and we see...
Was it Mum's bedroom or... her sister's bedroom?
Mum's bedroom or... Mum's bedroom. And it has CCTV cameras all over the house. And there we see Nicole there, and she knows what part of the house she's in. And she kind of phones Mia in where she was, and starts telling her why she's doing this. And she tells them how she wasn't at a hotel. She kind of paid the guy, the staff member, to send the...
Redirect the telephone call back to her mobile phone, so she could be anywhere. She was at home still.
Yeah, she said she paid him quite a bit of a sum.
She did something and made an offer he couldn't refuse. She could have had sex with him. Who knows?
Who knows?
She didn't say, but it's implied.
She then goes ahead and kills both the boyfriend and one of her friends, throws that person into the pool, killing her.
From the top floor, thank you very much. Very good aim, yeah.
And she plans on killing Mia's final friend. And, of course, she tells her, cryptically, to break her legs in order to save her friend. But she doesn't listen to the full stuff. She just thinks it's just one leg she has to break. Of course, she does it several times, breaking it with her bat.
Baseball. It took a while.
Yeah, until she fell. And then she remarks, it's actually legs,
plural, both of them.
Both legs. So she falls a great deal and breaks both legs. Not really completely completely leaving her completely leaving her immobile, but you get my meaning. She's still be able to move.
I think she's had a green stick fracture on one of her legs, where she's hitting them with the bat. So, that's about as far as it went.
Yeah. Anyway, her sister approaches her and says, "He, I just killed your best friend, despite the fact you just broke your legs."
Only one leg.
Yes, we don't hear what becomes of her. She was killed off screen, I guess that's the word.
It doesn't matter.
It matters not at this point. And the two girls start talking like they're like old times, but we know deep down that Nicole is planning on killing her sister.
Yeah, we think Nicole's crazy. I think Mother had a mental issue, and I think it's in the family.
Yeah. So anyway, she then gets a knock on the door, and she answers it, and the guy, the neighbor across the way, approaches her and asks about her dog.
Yeah, what Rusty? What's his name? whatever, puppy, whatever.
Of course, the dog, as eventually comes into the house, and Mia collects it while no one was looking, and Nicole shoots her neighbor because her neighbor, when she said to him that Mia's gone home for the weekend, he says, "How can that be? Because her car's still here." And she says, "Oh, she was unwell, so I had."
They called an Uber or a taxi or something or other.
Taxi. But he doesn't buy it, so she ends up bam shooting him.
Yeah, not straight. Well, only one bam. It's point blank, right at his chest.
Yeah, she then pretends to expect to kill her sister with a gun, but we see she's gone, and she does the same thing to her, sort of like Scream, a callback to Scream, if that's a word, and where she phones up and tells her that she's turned the tables on her, which meaning that she's uploaded a video on her Instagram where it says that her friends were killed, and she plans on killing her sister's dog because she is nuts. I don't know. It's just
very nice
it's just crazy that someone would just go randomly put a video online. But then again, these people will start to think, this is a dangerous situation. I should go and I should definitely phone the police or something. Of course, some people continue saying it's fake. I don't know if there's anyone out there who's ever experienced a fake video on YouTube. I heard stories about that whole incident about the War of the Worlds
back in the olden days, what's it? The actor guy, Orson Welles?
Yeah.
He did a radio play way back when, and they did War of the Worlds, and they decided not to have any ad breaks or anything, and people who tuned in after it started thought it was really happening and started to panic.
Well, yeah.
So it's been around for a long time, hasn't it?
So anyway, the sister eventually goes into the kitchen. That's where it was taking place, and we see Mia start fighting her, and at the same time the camera is recording everything, and we see viewers appear on the screen who are watching the actual live video feed and leaving their own comments saying it's fake, it's real, it's fake, it's real. The usual comments you get online.
Yeah, as you normally do.
As you normally do. So anyway, they then eventually they're in the lounge room, and she kills her sister, I think, I'm not sure. And then she collects the dog, and she heads outside, and she uses her mother's old walking frame. I don't know.
Yeah, an old zither frame. Yeah, well, that sort of thing.
And she trips over, and then we see the Uber driver appear. He's named Big Mac, I think his name is. Or Big Mike.
Big Mac. Big Mac is a hamburger.
He seems like a Big Mac, considering how many burgers he might have taken. And he asks her, "Are you Mia?" And she says, "Hell no." And then we cut back to the video feed that's on her phone, that's going and seeing the audience's numbers and comments about it. And then her sister Nicole appears, and we cut out, or we fade out.
She pops up off the floor. So obviously she thought she killed her sister, but she obviously awoke.
Yeah, I know it sounds exciting, guys, but it still feels rather sloppily written.
No, I don't think it was sloppily written. I think. Okay, look. Okay, we fade to black now. Now, I think this was potentially a good movie.
Had the
potentially a good movie. There's a problem. Yes. There's too many dead bits in it. They too many drags between different scenes and the jump scares and the building up of the tension and suspense, and things were lacking in it. Now, I'm not knocking Jennifer's efforts.
Me neither.
Jennifer wrote it, and she directed it. She obviously had an idea. She had a vision for this production. I don't think she achieved it. No. It could have been a tad better. It was a bit shorter, maybe, or she had a bit of extra dialogue or a couple of extra scenes, which made it work a bit better. I don't know. It's just that it didn't do a lot for me. Now, having said that, I think the filming was all okay, and the girl who played Mia, Daisy Tudor, did a reasonably good role. For the one-person show, it's pretty damn hard, and I think you got to take your hat off to her for the effort she put into actually making it work. But She was, I'd say she was let down by a weak script. Not a bad script, but you guys might feel differently.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the way it came out to me. I've seen... We saw what was it, Spree? We saw
Spree. We saw Follow Me. We've seen let me see, what's that? Oh yeah, we've seen Bodies.
Yeah,
I think the Bodies in this one have gotten a weak story attached to it.
They could have done it just a tad better.
Well, Bodies. It had an interesting twist, and
that wasn't a
story behind it.
Yeah.
But this one, it didn't. It didn't grip me, like, I mean...
So long ago when I things like, well, what's happening next? And you're waiting for something.
Yeah, it makes me
instead
think
of being drawn into it.
It makes me think of Drew Barrymore in the first scene in Scream. And we watch her wander about the house, doing stuff, talking to the guy on the phone. And I keep thinking, when is this...
When's it going to start moving?
Yeah. In this movie, I wasn't really hooked by it. I was waiting for the credits to roll at this point. Yeah. It wasn't really gripping
me. I was waiting for the end credits to roll. Well, I found, in the end, I found a bit on the boring side because there was just, I would say cohesion is not the right word. It just dragged.
Yeah, not really a good word for it.
And you didn't see the people being killed that much. You heard splash outside, and you saw her friend, boyfriend, ex-friend, whatever, in the girlfriend, wasn't it?
It was a friend, a female friend.
A female friend was thrown into the pool from upstairs, but we didn't see a person being thrown out. All we heard was splash, and she went there. Stopped clowning around Yardy and said, "Oh, look, the person's got a slit throat or something or other." Oh,
I should mention, guys,
see it happen.
That we found out
in
some video feed that her sister gave her. She turned out that her sister pulled a Norman Bates sort of thing in this movie. See, she killed her mother, and then she wrapped her body in plastic and stuffed her in a closet, which makes me think of how Norman Bates kept his mother's body, in a house, and it's something I haven't seen in a while.
That part confused me too. Wasn't there a mention of you didn't come to the funeral?
Yeah.
Or didn't come to the hospital? When she was
saying, even at home at this point in the
story.
She was
at home.
Yeah,
she wasn't at the hospital. So little things like going, she would have, if she was in hospital, she would have known she was in hospital.
Yeah.
She didn't go to the hospital when she was dying because she was too busy to go and visit her dying mother, and that sort of stuff. And you go, well, how to be at home wrapped in plastic is supposed to be, dying in a hospital bed somewhere. Yeah. And a couple of little loose bits like that.
Maybe it's because Mia, the influencer girl, she's wrapped up in her little world, her media world.
Maybe it was all lies.
So her sister just made up a bunch of lies saying that she died in hospital.
And
the fact that she knew that her sister would not attend the funeral, so she they didn't have one. We never had a funeral.
Yeah,
there was no probably obituary or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
So even though to the rest of the world she died, obviously, but she never bothered to actually bury her.
Now, having said all that, what we didn't like about it, when I was looking through Amazon and everything, so I have a couple of people put a comment there, and some of the people on Amazon who have seen the movie like it. It's not real reviews, obviously, but so some people like the sort of thing. Yeah, it's basically a good movie, like I said, but to me it just dragged. It's sort of like a rainy day in winter time. You're sitting down there and go, well, I can't go out and play
with Hitler.
I'm talking about a boring day. Okay.
I'm just saying.
And you can't do it. You can't go out to play. You can't do a picnic. You can't play football. Can't do this. You can't do anything. And just, what am I going to fill my day with? And that's sort of like this movie felt a little bit like that, which is sad because, like I said, it had potential to be something a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, the whole jumping back to between her phone, her computer, and then the real life situation, it feels...
But that didn't annoy me as much as you didn't see the jump scares.
No.
The jump scares, my friend got killed. well, can we actually see your friend being killed?
Like, yeah.
Can we see some interaction with a unknown
Yeah.
shape, third person there in the room killing somebody? No, we didn't get that. We saw a bit of an image. Oh, someone got a slit throat on a telephone. Telephone video call or on the PC. You didn't see a lot. And
it was really as I said before, I don't like trolling this movie. It's just I did feel disappointed. I thought I would get something like I thought I would get chocolate ice cream, but instead I'm given lousy vanilla.
I like vanilla.
It's just that's how I feel about it. If a movie isn't good, it's vanilla.
Bit of jelly with it, maybe too. Yeah.
I mean, if it's not, if it doesn't have sprinkles or anything, confectionery on it, then it's not really worth watching. I feel I don't know who these people on Amazon are, but they
bought it and watched it.
They watched it, and I don't know what their definition of it's likeable.
But that wasn't a critique from anyone reviewing it. It said, "Oh, I bought the movie, I liked it." There you go.
Yeah.
But there's only about one or two of the people here said, but we can't get a review on it, so I don't know what the general consensus is. Now, having said that, he said, segue into this one. If you want to have a go at this,
oh boy, if you want to,
you can purchase it on eBay. There are plenty for sale, no wonder. Now, Amazon, it's only rentable. Okay, so I would suggest rent it, have a look at it. It's a bit cheaper that way. Remember, it got Prime account with them. Yeah, have a look at it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It could be somewhat better.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that the stuff with the social media, if it was like that When Strangers Call movie or Scream even, it would have been a lot more fun. But unfortunately, it kept on going. I know that this movie probably focuses on the social media side and how our behavior focuses on that sort of thing in our lives, and why, and somehow it affects our behavior sometimes in a big way.
See, I did like it in some ways. I mean, I like the theme behind it, that her friends were teasing her and setting her up.
Yeah.
But then it turned around because the nutty sister got involved.
True.
So it had a twist in it. Now, I do like twists.
I like twists too, Mike, but when a movie like this, it just drags a bit, then... And
the twist is the only thing saving it. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the deaths are pretty much not very believable. And the fact that our protagonist, the girl who's playing the influencer, she just is brainless.
Well, she's supposed to be. That's what the whole point is. She's the brainless girl who spends all the time doing social media stuff and influencing and stuff, and her life's on the telephone and the PC. That's it. Mm-hmm. So she's a bit brainless. Yeah. I think she nailed it.
I think that's the whole point about that sort of thing, when people just focus so much on their phones instead of actual...
The real world?
The real world. Because a lot of people have told me this, and I heard it more than once on some people, that... Thanks to social media, it kind of affects us,
It makes us antisocial.
It makes us antisocial.
It says social media should be called anti-social media, because a lot of people say, I've got 1,000 friends. Have you met any of them? No. Are you going to meet them? No.
I'm only lucky.
I sit in my house here, in my bedroom, or my lounge room.
I'm only fortunate, guys, that just several people I'm on social media with, I have... interacted in real life with.
And that's what it should be. It should be an extra tool to communicate, not your own tool to communicate. How's that?
Yeah, because it's easy just to say, I'm on a social media thing, we're playing video games on there, and that's the life I live. But what about the life outside that area?
Outside your front door.
The things that... There is amazing stuff out there. Like, there's a lot of awesome events on that
Movie making.
Aside from that,
sorry.
Like some extraordinary stuff, like going to special events. There's really good stuff going on outside your door.
Go to a theme park. Go to the theatre. Go mountain climbing,
Yeah.
whatever, anything you like, Go to the beach, the pool. Yeah,
exactly.
Go on a holiday. Yeah.
Well, considering that's
The
true.
road trip's really nice.
Yeah, it's just a matter of stepping outside your door. Of course, when people who are influencers, they just focus on the money.
I've seen these people too. They go outside the door, they've got the mobile phone with them, they're talking to the phone constantly. They don't see anything.
Yeah.
Remember, what was the Titanic one they did?
Titanic 666.
And then they had people doing social media there.
Yeah.
Wild on the bloody boat.
For influencing the influencers, or again, people getting their followers to follow them.
Look,
so
we're on the Titanic, right? Well,
to make billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah, why don't you just put the phone down and actually enjoy the cruise?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they do it, because
they get money out of it.
It takes the enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like parents going to watch their children play sport, whether it's football or basketball or baseball or whatever, and they sit there with a mobile phone videoing it, or they've got a little DSLR camera and they're videoing. Why don't you put the bloody thing down and jump up and down and yell on the screen and say, "Come on and you're doing a great job, Kitty," instead of recording it.
Yeah, because
have a great time.
I remember that movie, The Hatching. That's another influencer-related movie where the mother is obsessed with social media and trying to make her family look like the cream of the crop.
That's right, yeah.
And in that one, she was obsessed with social media, about making her family looks good. And she kind of pushed that on her own daughter, which is even more of a thing. And I just don't encourage that sort of thing. I mean, life is not perfect, but I like the fact that every moment I have with my niece and nephew is perfect. And while I like to take photos and take video with them, I would love that some of the moments we have to share will be still shared between us.
Yeah, up close and personal sort of stuff. Not, hey, stand over there, I'll take a video or a snap.
Yeah, I
know.
I do that some of the times, and I do want to.
Not all the time.
But I try not to do it all the time. I mean, I like to see them enjoying themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, enough of them.
Anyway.
Okay, here we go.
But as I said, life is short, and therefore it doesn't have to be shared all the time with everyone.
It's a profound statement. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. However, you got to take the lid off the box of chocolates to have a look at it.
There's also the fact that when you're on social media, the fact that you might be not in the mood to do a video, and even though you're having a splendid time.
Yeah, you're having a great time.
Or not so, or even a bad time, and you feel like, I don't feel like.
If you went to, what do you call it? We went down to Fright Night. What do you call it?
It was
horror maze type thing, for Halloween and stuff. You do that sort of stuff, and you go running through there, and if you're allowed to have your mobile phone on, you're not really enjoying it.
Yeah.
You're actually missing half of it because you're looking at the whole thing through your telephone screen, your mobile phone, instead of putting your phone down and taking in the whole atmosphere of the place, not just a little 3-inch screen. Ain't going to happen, So, go out there, enjoy life. Now, having said that, I'm going to rate this. It's not going to be up to the top where I normally do it because we've been doing lots of good movies lately. This isn't quite up to that standard.
Yeah,
now,
I'm sorry,
I'm going to give it... I like what the main actress did, Daisy Tudor. She carried it well for a one-person show.
Yeah, don't knock the actors.
No,
they have good skills.
And honestly, I'm not really going to knock the directorship or the photography or anything. It's still a basically good movie which could have been
better,
structured a bit better, maybe. So I'm going to give it 8.
I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. It could be better, but I mean, if I don't know
if there was more things that were happening, like more than just her wandering the rooms. If there was more scenes, at least some scenes more about her life with her sister and maybe her mother.
Flashbacks a couple of flashbacks maybe to fatten the storyline up. There wasn't too much of backstories, was there, really?
It just said that her mother was unwell and died, and her sister was slowly getting sick herself.
Yeah, it could have been something. So, but it lacked a little bit. But,
her friends, of course, and her sister's been killing the neighbors' dogs or killing dogs in areas. And
well, we believe she's a dog killer. Yeah. Anyway,
and I do think that she was the one who was setting up the plot with the other her sister's friends, and of course, in turn, after they let the cat out of the bag, she decided to kill them just so that she can cover her tracks.
Yep.
Or not really cover the tracks.
Anyway, do you want to wrap it up now? Because otherwise, it's going to be talking around in circles.
I'm sorry, guys. It's a short one, and therefore,
we can't talk about too
I
much.
cannot give you any trivia on this one. I'm sad to say. If there was some trivia,
actually, I will say one thing. I do get impressed when they actually make a film based on a single location, like inside a house or something or other.
I don't mind that.
Don't rely on, we'll go here, we'll go there, we'll do something else. It's all in one location. They've made use of a house, and they're filmed inside a house. And like Saw was done in
a bathroom
and a couple of corridors.
Yeah, and in a short film that was James Wan's first ever production thing, that was done in a sort of a hangar or a warehouse. I'm not sure.
And it's one little area, and that's what I did it. And it's really remarkable how you can, if you keep it nice, self-contained, you can get a nice little production happening. Anyway, having said that, I'm finished. I'm going to zip it now.
Yes,
and I hope Sarah does.
Yeah, we're going to zip it for now, guys. So be sure to check it out and give us your thoughts on it, even though our thoughts are pretty much saying...
Well, it's ours. It's our thoughts, not yours. And so, but yeah, I'd suggest you rent it.
I suggest you rent it. Don't buy it, to be honest.
There might be other streaming sites or whatever you can get it on, but but remember, it's called Shook, SHOOK, 2021.
You may not like to buy it because what if you end up hating it?
Yeah, rent it. Yeah, rent it.
Yes.
Give it a go. Yeah.
So that's it for us tonight, guys. So be sure to check it out and let us know in the comments what you think of it too. So this is Sarah Stephenson.
And Michael.
Saying see you guys around on Boys and Ghouls Film Review. Bye for now.